Good morning children. So in today's class we are going to discuss about shape of atomic orbital. So in previous class we have discussed Schrödinger wave equation and quantum numbers and different types of quantum numbers. So here today in today's session we are going to learn shape of atomic orbital. So what do you mean by atomic orbitals first? The space around the nucleus in which there is the probability of finding an electron is maximum. So where we can find the maximum number of electrons is called its atomic orbitals. So we are having four types of orbitals. Each and everything we are going to discuss in a detailed manner. First one is s orbital. So s orbital, the shape of an s orbital is spherical shape. So it will be like this. So the dots what you are seeing, that is an equal distribution of electrons. So here equal volume of electron density is present in all directions. So we cannot say where the electron is present exactly, isn't it? So the region of space where the probability of finding an electron is 0 is called a node. Is called node. So look at here in this diagram, starting point here it will be 0. So here in s orbital, in 1s orbital it will be 0. So look at here, is called node or radial node or a nodal space. So for 1s orbital no nodes. For 1s orbital no nodes. For 2s orbital one node can be seen. Okay, one node can be seen. So what do you mean by node, children? The point where an electron cannot be located is called its node. The point where an electron cannot be located is called its node. So look at here. For 1s orbital, no nodes are present, isn't it? For 2s orbital, one node is present. There is a distance between these two. It is a joining. Okay, it is a joining between 1s orbital and 2s orbital. So one node is present. For 3s orbital, two nodes are present. Clearly you can see here. So these are called nodes. What do you mean by node? Node is a point where we cannot find an electron, isn't it? So to calculate any number of nodes in any orbital is given by a formula n minus L minus 1. Okay. So example, look at here, number of radial nodes in 1s orbital equal to 1 minus, the formula is n minus L minus 1. So here n equal to 1, then L becomes 0. L is nothing but azimuthal quantum number. So 1 minus 0 minus 1, that is 0. So no nodes are present. So for that diagram will be like this. No nodes are present. The starting here 0. For 2s orbital 2 minus 0 minus 1, that is 1 node. For 2s orbital here one node is present. Okay, joining of these two loops. And for 3p orbital 3 minus 1 minus 1, that is 1. For 3d orbital again it will be 0. So here the nodes are represented in this form. These are also called radial distribution curves. These are also called radial distribution curves. On x-axis I have taken a radius. Okay, so look at here, for s orbital, for 1s orbital no nodes are present. Here the finding of an electron is 0. For 2s orbital two nodes are present. Sorry, one node is present here. First it will be 0, next it slightly increases, and next it will be increased. And for 3s orbital, two nodes are present here and here. Here the distance between 0 to here is 0.53 Armstrong, and here it is 0.53, and here it is 1.1 Armstrong. Understand? So the size of orbital increases in the order of 1s is greater 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s. What I said, the size of the orbital. So the size of the orbital increasing in the order of 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s. Next comes to p orbital. So p sublevel begins from second orbit. It starts from second orbit. For p sublevel L equal to 1. When it starts from second orbit, n equal to 1, n equal to 2, L equal to 1, isn't it? So when L equal to 1, it will be having m values minus 1, 0, plus 1. It is having 3 m values. That is why we are having 3 p orbitals. See, 2 px, 2 py, 2 pz. Why I wrote 2 here? Because it starts from second orbit, isn't it? So for example, in case of px orbital, the electron density is concentrated along x-axis, isn't it? The electron density is concentrated along x-axis, and we can see here two lobes which are having dumbbell shape. That is why p orbital having dumbbell shape. So each p orbital has two lobes. So look at here. Okay, when it is on x-axis, two lobes. When it is on y-axis, two lobes. When it is on z-axis, two lobes. So each p orbital has two lobes separated by a nodal plane. Okay, separated by a nodal plane. The probability density function is 0 on the plane where two lobes touch each other. The probability density function is 0 on the plane where the two lobes touch each other. So here it will be 0. The nodal plane for px, py, pz is, the nodal planes for px, py, pz is, for px it is yz, for py it will be zx, and for pz it is xy. So here the three orbitals present in a given p sublevel will have same shape, same size and energy, but different orientations. That means m value will be different. So next one is d orbital. Yes, the shape of the d orbital is dumbbell shape. The d orbital level begins from third orbit. So here n equal to 3, that means L equal to 2. So when L equal to 2, it indicates that m value will be starts from -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, isn't it? So 2 indicates that each d sublevel contains 5 orbitals with m value -2, -1, 0, +1 and +2. So they are given the names as 3 dxy, 3 dxz, 3 dyz, and 3 dx square y square, and 3 z square. For dz square orbital, the m value is taken as 0. For dz square, the orbital m value is taken as 0. All the d orbitals have double dumbbell shaped. Each d orbital has 4 lobes. So look at here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, each d orbital have 4 lobes separated by two nodal planes. Or angular nodes. For dx square, only it is having only one dumbbell shaped with two lobes in z axis. A small ring, small ring will be present. So look at the diagram, children. So in case of dxy, dyz, dzx, okay, here the lobes or the electron density are present. Electron density is present between the corresponding axis, that is between the x and y axis. In case of dxy orbital, whereas in dx square y square, okay, in case of dx square y square and dz square, the orbital lobes are present along the axis. The orbitals are present along the x-axis and y-axis. So in case of dxy orbital contains yz and zx as a nodal plane, and dyz and dzx, okay, or xz contains xy and zx, and xy and yz planes are nodal planes, and dx square and y square orbital contains two nodal planes. Dx square y square contains two nodal planes perpendicular to each other, which make an angle of 45 degrees with respect to x and y axis. So dz square orbital does not contain any nodal planes. So the number of nodes or nodal planes of an orbitals, we can see the nodes and nodal planes for orbital, children. So for orbital 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d. So radial nodes how we will find, children? N minus L minus 1, that is 0 and 1s equal to 0. For 2s it will be 1, 2p 0, 3s 2, 3p 1, 3d 0. For nodal planes, that is L value, L equal to 0, okay, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. For 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d. So total number of nodes. How can we find total number of nodes? Total number of nodes we can be find by formula n minus 1. So n here n minus 1, that is 0 for 1s orbital. For 2s orbital it will be 1. Okay, and here it will be 1, and here 2 minus 0 is 2, and here it will be 2, and here it will be 2. So total number of nodes, the formula is n minus 1. So this is about d orbital. So f orbital, it will be little complex structure. So far we have discussed s, p and d orbitals in this class, and tomorrow session we are going to learn the energy of orbitals. Thank you, children.